Hello, my friends. Look at all this fun stuff I've been making. Let's take a peek. I was playing with some book pages one day and I decided to make some pockets out of them where I just glued the sides together and you can open them up and put little treasures in there. I inked the edges. Typically I would sew these shut, but this time I just used glue because I was just doing them at the coffee table in my living room. So that can hold some larger things. And then here I made this little pocket cluster here, which is super easy to make. You just take one piece of paper, fold it over like this. This is just an example. Fold it over one more time. And then you take the edges and just fold them in like so, however you want them spaced. Just like that. Glue or sew the edges shut, ink the edges, and it's just super cute to tuck little things in and use in your junk journal, whether it's tickets or old receipts or photographs that they can tuck in there. And this is what it looks like. This one is done with an old encyclopedia page. It's kind of fragile, but I really liked it. And I put a little embellishment on here. This one is done with an old hymnal. And that one you can tuck things in. You see, I paid attention to the direction of the lyrics on the, well, the book pages or the lyric sheets. Just decorated it with some scrap. Oh, I don't know. This is probably like grocery bag or something like that. This one I used a little bit of fun colors on and a sticker. Just some clusters, just tiny ones. I also make extra ones just in case I'm doing a page that, you know, is specialty, then it's ready to go. I can just decorate it however I want. Here, I just took some of the book page scraps, inked the edges, glued them down on this is a clothing tag. I'm going to cover the back of this as well. And you can decorate this however you want to. It can be put in your journals or for gifts, and they're always handy to have. Now, one thing to take into consideration when you're making these things, see, this size of a pocket came from this size of a book. Okay, this is a big one. Long. It's big compared in journal sense, I would say. Otherwise, if you take a book like this size, you're going to get these cute little pockets like that. See what I mean? So you want to take that into consideration. Oh, yeah, I got this at a rummage sale. Can you tell? There's some really cute pictures in there. Maybe I tore them out already, but some illustrations anyway. So just keep that in mind when you're mass baking these things, that your envelopes are going to actually fit into your junk journals. I've been playing with some envelopes as well, just extra greeting card envelopes that you have laying around the house. I'll just glue some embellishments on them and glue them into my junk journals. I do different collages or just random images that I otherwise wouldn't know what to do with. Here's that cute little guy. Little tea bag that I used down there. Little embellishments on there. Just things that I'm trying to use up. A little quote. This was like an old iron-on pattern that I just picked up somewhere. I don't know. Scrap paper, scrapbook paper. Just glue it on there and use it in your junk journals. Use it up. It's just so beautiful. You might as well use it. This is made out of an envelope as well. She's got a cute little girl back there. And this is also a pocket that I put one of those envelopes in. Has a train on there, which is reminiscent of my grandma's house and my front yard, and just the trains just kind of signify up north to me. I also grabbed into my humongous scrapbook paper stash and just pulled out some random pieces and then made little envelopes out of them with these little I don't even know what the technical term of these are, but these little closures on here. And they open up. I may or may not add little beads to these. We're just going to see how I use them in my projects so I can, you know, make them specifically to my page. But aren't these really cool? They're glued together and it's just a single piece of paper. just folded like this, paying attention to the direction of the design. See? Bada boom, bada bing. Aren't they cute? And just little brads with little circles. Just darling. Little embellishments. Isn't that cute? Make some. Do you ever go crazy just buying random things from the dollar store just because you're a crazed maniac and you can't stop? Me too. Stuff like this? What will I ever use this for? I'll probably use this in like a year, 10 years. I'll find something to do with it, but by golly, it was $1 and I had to have it. I had this stuff for forever, these little puffy bottles here, and I finally used them. I just stuck them down on paper, stuck them down on more paper, and then stuck them down on more paper. And then I ripped them out, put cute little gems on them. They could be tags, they could be embellishments. You can stick them in your junk journals as like little tucks, tuck stuff behind them. Line them up going down your page like this, going this way. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with these. So versatile, these little things that I haven't been able to find anything to do with for all these years. Decorating these little squares. Here, I got one even in the corner of this thing right here with some scrap paper on the back. And that's an envelope that can be glued into a junk journal later on. These cute little perfumes. These are some inked pieces of pieces of art that my cousin made, and I just added these little embellishments onto them. I might use these in like a steampunk journal, or use them on gift bags. You know, when you use with those brown gift bags, these would look really cool on those. These are made from a repair tag, of course, Janky's Sewing Vac. That's where I always get my sewing machines fixed. I worked with 20 head 15 needle embroidery machines for 11 years. You would think I would know how to fix my own sewing machine, but no, of course not. So anyway, these are my tags, and I just stuck little embellishments on them. I have a couple more of those. I'm going to have to use those up too, probably just like this. Oh, one more. Okay, I'm not sure how these are going to show up on camera, but I thought they were really cool. So a friend of mine likes to pick up little craft, stickery, papery things, whatever she sees at garage sales, and she brings them to me. And in one pack, I had received these white stickers. You can see there's a little bit of outline on there, but you know what? I don't even care. In Halloween time, that's going to look spooky and weird, huh? Oh, don't mind my chipped fingernails. So anyway, I just took these Tim Holtz paper dolls and mounted them within that white sticker that I got from there. It's just black paper. I could use these in my journals, of course, as tags, bookmarks. You know, they're really, really nice, but they're a little creepy too, huh? I love it. So sometimes I like to play around or do some watercolor painting. And this was just an experiment that I was doing one day when I came across a YouTube video that inspired me to paint that day. And I had one page in particular that had these pretty little flowers. I had a whole page of them, but just for example, this is what I ripped out of it. And I just had one little bloom left, and I just didn't have the heart to throw him away. So this is like a back, you know, like a scrap page that you put behind when you're inking stuff, you know. This is the page that was behind it, and I just thought it was really pretty and would be a nice, pretty rustic background for that, because, you know, it's just so beautiful. Here's my next one. This is my little scrap page that I'll probably use in my journal one day. But I just love the color, and I hate to waste things like this because it's just so pretty. And look what you can make with it. Okay, so here is some more gift tags or journal cards or whatever you like to do these. ATCs, whatever you like. So I just took some of the Tim Holtz paper dolls and put some sassy little sayings on there. I made these out of, oh, look at more dollar store puffy stickers. I may or may not add tags to these. They could be long or short. It just depends on what I'm going to use these for. Here, so here's some more. See the collage is already done behind here. I just had to add a few embellishments because sometimes I'll have all the scrap pieces of paper and I don't want to throw them away. So I will make masterboards out of them. You see how they're just collages of different papers. And then I'll cut them into pieces or cards or whatever size that I would like to make that, whatever project it is that I'm working on. And then I will go from there, creating cute little pieces like this. Do you ever receive stickers in packs or just images that you're really not sure what to do with merely because of the size or the context of whatever the image may be? I just like to stick them down on one big piece of paper and start cutting them out. Use them as gift tags, use them as bookmarks in your junk journal. See, this one's just mounted on a book page. See, now I have not necessarily visited all of these places, like the Eiffel Tower, but you know what? That doesn't mean somebody else has it. So I'm going to stick it in a junk journal for you. Okay, so here I've had these fairy and butterfly stickers in my collection for, I'd say, close to 87 years. And they're kind of shiny and shimmery and just kind of a little bit, you know, a little too juvenile for me. But I have found I have a nice collection of juvenile type stickers and little shiny flowers. So I just stuck them on this furry, fibery paper, made a whole bunch of them. These are going to go in a little girl's journal or throw them on top of a present or put their cute little school picture on there and stick it in your journal. But look at all these fairies I have. Goodness sakes. I just might sell these as a lot on eBay because somebody's going to have a birthday party or somebody has 12 granddaughters. There you go. There's your gift tags. Okay, also, so these are incomplete, but I was just trying to use up scrap paper. Boy, it sounds like I use that term a lot. Use up scrap paper. Anyway, I just take a piece of paper, of course, fold over the top, add a little bit of an embellishment. I rounded the corners and ink the edges. Now, one day, whatever project it is that I'm using, I'm going to take a piece of paper, fold it to whatever size it is that I need. Okay, staple that bad boy together, and I'm going to have a cute little notebook or a cute little notepad to fit into my scrapbook, whatever project that it is that I'm making. Maybe I want to tuck it into a book or a little Bible tuck for notes. Or here, look it, stick it in your recipe book. I'm not going to decorate it or set it up. I'm just gonna make this little skeleton piece here for my junk journals because maybe the page that I'm working on, I need it to be this short. And if I go through all the work to put it all together, I'm gonna have so much work to do. So I like to make the bare bones and go from there so that each page is individualized. Okay, so these were some cards, like, blank cards, and some of them are just a little bit too large for me to sell in a pack at one of my shows or on Etsy. But so I just decorate the front and I can glue these in my journals. I can either glue it around the edge here, and it could be like a side pocket, plus you can open it up for journaling in, or you can just glue it straight down like this, or you can just tuck it in a pocket just as one big piece all together. Here's another one. This is another example of where I used a used tea bag for just putting this cute little, what's that called? Is that a deer? I don't have my glasses on. Here was a scrap piece of scrapbook paper that I really didn't necessarily know how to use in my junk journal. So I just made it into like a little journaling spot that I can tuck it in the side somewhere. Here's some more, just using up some of my super cute paper. This one was embellished with stickers, fabric, a little wooden thingamajiggy from, you guessed it, the dollar store. Here's a card that I'm going to tuck into a journal, and it has a vintage girl on there from a sewing pattern. And I'll either leave this blank for journaling, or I'll put a sassy little quote on there. Here's another one. Two cute little boys, a little bit of fabric, or, you know, scrap tea dyed lace. This opens up for more journaling as well. If you're a crafter like me, you have a plethora of just random envelopes everywhere. You can buy them in packs at rummage sales for 10 cents. They practically pay you to get rid of it for them. So all I did was I took like a normal 8.5 by 11.5 you know, piece of cardstock, and I just cut it into card size pieces, folded them in half, and I'm going to decorate them eventually. I'll leave these cards blank. They may be like wedding cards, thank you cards, birthday cards, or I'll tuck them into journals for, you know, journaling spots, decoration, just for fun. But these are, I don't know, Tim Holtz picture. I don't know. Look in the Tim Holtz section. They're super cute. And I just used some scrap paper, scrapbook paper, music sheet paper, scrap lace, stuff like that. We all have one of these on our art table, don't we? Just one of these where we just stuff every single little piece of, you know, fabric or ribbon. Or no, you don't have one of those? Just me? Oh, okay, never mind then. Okay, so let's just flip through. I'll show you what I did. Stickers, paper, little sayings. Here we go. Found a collection of these. These were just, you know, clipped out of, I don't know, little images. I'm sure I got them in Happy Mail. And I just made some cards out of them. And look at, you know, just scrapping paper, just pieces, just flopping it down. Do you hear that thumping upstairs? Those are my children. This is the look I'm making right now. But I have way more hair than him. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Wouldn't you like to receive a cute little card like that? Oh, he almost looks like my grandpa. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today and looking at all my madness and just encouraging me in my habits. Please join me again, and if you were inspired in any way, that makes me so happy. Like and subscribe if you would, please, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.